And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wayne County Now. It is coming up on 6:30 on Sunday morning. I'm Dustin Fuller. I'm in the Weather Center with you this morning. We are watching the redevelopment of a line of showers, thunderstorms down around Cape Girardeau, starting to move to the north and east by what it looks like on radar. This might clip up towards western portions of our area, including Wayne County. We also have another area of storms tracking up around Jefferson County, western Jefferson County, Washington, Clinton counties as well. Now, the Clinton, Washington counties are not under this tornado watch. Marion County not under this tornado watch. Neither is Clay. I'm going to look right now. I'm going to get on my cell phone here and verify something here. I don't think I saw what's a mesoscale discussion, so if my phone will recognize my face, it'd be great. Technology at 6:30 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it doesn't like getting woke up either. Let's just say that much. As right now, there is a tornado watch. We've got the information for the tornado watch at the bottom of your screen on our ticker down there. And we do want to let you know if you have any storm damage photos you want to share with us. Very simple. You can text the damage photos to 618-737-9996. And from there, we will load them into the system and we will showcase them for you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through the slides from the National Weather Service today. Here we go. For today's severe weather outlook, line of storms. This is from Paducah's Weather Service office, by the way. Line of storms between 5 a.m. and 1 p.m. Some can be strong to severe, so this is not really the main threat, just to be clear. This is not the main threat. There's some more discrete scattered showers, thunderstorms possible between noon and 6. Tonight's main event will be expected late this afternoon and into the evening between 5 p.m. and 2 a.m. So this might be a very late day, a very long day here at Wayne County now. Damaging winds, wind gusts, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible. Timing may shift a few hours either direction, and the potential of severe storms will need to be monitored throughout the entire day into tonight. That is straight from the National Weather Service down at Paducah. Let's give you a heads up what an enhanced risk means. Numerous severe storms possible, some longer-lived severe storms, a few intense storms possible. It's encouraged to have multiple ways to get severe weather warnings. A NOAA weather radio, pretty good idea. Definitely in these parts to have. Wayne County Now will give you the information. Your cell phone, always a good handy tool, because if there's a major warning of some sort, wireless EAS will go off. Now, I saw someone ask the other day what severe thunderstorm warning level the wireless EAS will go off on your cell phone. So, to explain that, I had a chance I think it was in the fall. It was in the fall with Christina Wagos and Chris Knowles down at Paducah. We had the chance to meet down here in Fairfield, and the criteria to activate wireless EAS, so the warnings that go out over your phone that trigger the tones, if you will, has to be considerable, has to have the considerable tag on the severe thunderstorm warning or destructive, or it has to be a tornado warning or a flash flood warning of some sort. So that's typically what it takes to activate the wireless EAS. A typical severe thunderstorm warning with, say, quarter-size hail, damaging winds in excess of 60 won't necessarily activate that. But it will activate the radios. It will activate our map on our screen. So we're keeping a track of things for you too. If you're in your car or truck, you could stream us and For some reason, if you can't stream us because you're driving something that does not have Bluetooth, and some vehicles don't, that's all good. I will tell you to monitor 104.9 FM WFIW here locally in Fairfield. They will get out the emergency information as well. So I'm just saying on the local side, if you cannot listen to us in your vehicle if you're going down the road, keep local radio on. And by local radio here in Wayne County, the only local stations in the county are WFIW, or if you're listening to Christian radio, 90.9 The Vine, also over at Wayne City. And McLeansboro would also have the information go out for you. Taking a look now at the hazards for today. Here you go. As hazards are 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in the hatched area. So, as you can see, we are definitely in the hatched area. Hail probability, we're also in the hatched area for that. And we're just out of the hatched area for tornadoes, but however, we still have a good tornado risk today. And a reminder, a flash flood watch, or a flood watch in effect through Monday, 7 a.m. Some areas are going to see a lot of rainfall, and primarily the more east you go, the more rain you've seen. And ground is pretty saturated right now, to say the least. So right now, taking a look at radar, no warnings in our area, just to be clear. We have no warnings in area, but we're keeping an eye as these storms are starting to intensify at 6:30 in the morning. Sun is coming up. This is what is deemed round one, as I'm going to back it up a little bit. Down to the south, down around New Madrid, and that area should be prepared. The Arkansas and Missouri border, there's tornado warnings on those storms down there. I'm going to switch to Paducah radar for a second. Get a better view on those storms. There you go. So if you know anyone that's at Fort Campbell, this is making a direction towards the Fort Campbell area. And so if you have anyone stationed at Campbell or in that area, you might want to make sure they are aware that about 3.5 to 4 hours to their west, actually, I don't even think it's that now. I'm going to pull up this tornado warning and I'll look at the information. These are racing to the east at 70. Okay, so this line is picking up steam. We're going to go to our toolbox and we're going to go put a track on this. I guess first I need to move this up slightly. Let's get a tracker on this. Let's go 70. So say if you've got family and friends at Campbell, Kentucky, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, into the Clarksville, Tennessee area. You're about an hour and a half from Fulton, Kentucky, which means you're 90 minutes from Mayfield. You're about 2 hours from the 2 hours and 25 minutes or so from Campbell. Fort Campbell North, 2 hours, 25 minutes. Hopkinsville, 2:25. Downtown Clarksville, 2.5. So right now, this is projected to hit Clarksville at 9 a.m. Central Time. So, and these storms are starting to intensify. So that's just a little storm track there for that portion of the line. So if you have family down that way, you might want to get them prepared. And Let me clear the track for you and get out of that box for a second. Zoom a little closer to home. And I didn't clear my tool here. As we can see, showers, thunderstorms. Starting to form a line in this area. And these appear to be moving in a northeasterly direction. As you can see, my art skills on your screen this morning. There you are. I'm sorry you have to watch my artwork this morning. These are starting to make a northeast turn as I'll clear that. The storms forming in Washington, Clinton counties, and that's another line forming that way. An outflow boundary, if you will. Jefferson County, western Jefferson County getting hit pretty good. There's no warning on this yet. But so we are keeping a track on it right now. And if you're just joining us, yes, it is 6:40 a.m. on a Sunday. This is Wayne County Now, and we have severe weather coverage up because we do have a tornado watch. And we've got storms in the area, but nothing severe. We've been going over the severe weather information for you for the first about 7-8 minutes. There's no tornado in the forecast. Siri's definitely listening this morning. So good morning to you, wherever you are. And Siri just told me there's no tornado in the forecast. That's nice. I think we would all be okay with that, Siri. But I don't know if the mic picked up on that one. That one, if it did, I'm going to have to save in the blooper reel. But so we're watching this storm develop in Jefferson County. Let me get into NWS chat here, see if I can get anything from them. Some ideas. Make sure you have your cell phone charged. This would be a good day to charge your devices right now before the storms get here, or at least get some type of charge on it. Now, most people probably already have their phone charging because it's 6:30 in the morning, and who doesn't put their phone on a charger at night besides me? Taking a look, seeing if there's anything. Did reach out to Jeff Jake this morning or very late last night. Just a heads up, if you do have severe weather photos and you want to share them with us, you can send them to 618-737-9996. What we'll do is we'll load them into our system. We will show them on our airwaves here. Well, I say airwaves. I'm talking old school. We'll show them on our stream here on Wayne County Now. We will also forward those to emergency management and the National Weather Service for you. So I will tell you that much. As right now, Mount Vernon is about to get hit pretty good with the storm. Let me turn something on because I think I had the cities turned off. Data overlay. There we go. We're starting to get we turned the temperatures back on and we get the city information. There you go. So just to the west of Mount Vernon. So along 15 there, you're getting a good shower right now on the radar. No warnings in that area, but we're definitely keeping an eye on things. If anything does go warned, I will be around. Tornado watch continues for another 3 hours. I imagine that might change, and that might get. There may be multiple tornado watches today, so be severe weather ready today. In fact, talked with Derek Dunn last night. We were going over our stuff, and we may be joined by someone else this afternoon as well. Trying to monitor some other things for us while we're on the airwaves, if you will. And yes, I'm talking very old school terms. Both Derek and I have come from radio land, and now we're in digital streaming land. So just to give you that heads up, we are keeping an eye on things. No warnings currently, but some definite intensifying in these storms. I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at velocity here. Nothing really sticking out here anyway. Going down south, where we have the tornado warnings and whatnot. Let me go to a different radar. This is where the tornado warnings are, and I would say this is probably going to be best out of a different radar site. Let me go back. Let's go on the Memphis radar, because that's probably going to be our best view. Maybe something back around that area. Maybe some things along the line there. So they were talking about embedded tornadoes in the line potentially, and that's what looks to be potentially down around Dexter, Missouri, that area. As if you're looking, that's a new tornado warning that just popped up for Bollinger, Wayne, and Stoddard in Missouri. And we'll go back to our radar site. There you go. One of the two we can go off of. We can go off that one, or we can go off of Evansville. Evansville is going to, at the moment, not give us the best look, and that's because of its location. Paducah currently will be our best shot in to our area currently watching these storms. Another good radar to watch things from, and this will be from the backside, will be St. Louis. Now to the south, and that's kind of what we're paying attention right now. I think we're going to be served best using Paducah at this time of day. If it'll switch. There we go. Looks like Marion County is going to get some, maybe northwestern Wayne County of that cell. Now, and it looks like a line starting to build in that area. Here at 6:49 a.m. Looking to see if there's anything Plenty of lightning, plenty of rain in Jefferson County right now. No warning there. As what I'll do is I'm going to leave radar up for you for now. I will be back in here shortly. But if anything does pop, we will let you know. By the way, those expecting a 9 a.m. newscast today, it looks like we're going to be a little delayed on that because of this. The severe weather that is supposed to be going through our area. So what we may do is we might just do a news podcast this afternoon while we have time to do one. We typically guarantee one a day on weekends, two during the week. Tomorrow is a one for the day because of it being a holiday. So just to give that heads up. What I can tell you is a reminder, city, county, state, and federal offices are closed tomorrow for the Memorial Day holiday. Trash pickup in Fairfield will not be affected. Trash pickup in Wayne City is delayed today. That we can tell you. I believe Sisney and Fairfield have the same trash providers, so trash will be on schedule in Sisney as well. As we're continuing to watch a complex of storms in western Jefferson County, and then also storms to the north up in Clinton, Washington, heading into Marion County. No warnings on those. What we're kind of watching and seeing what might happen is, so I'm gonna put my art skills back to work. As you can see here in Wayne, Hamilton, White, basically the areas I have circled. Don't mind my art skills. There is cloud cover here in Fairfield, which is good news. However, there's still potentially untapped energy in that area. So, still a chance to see development as these race toward the east. Of course, it does not fail. Indy 500 weekend. You're going to have storms in this area. I feel like 80% of the time we have showers and thunderstorms that move through this area on Indy 500 day. And today is Indy 500 day, if you know what I mean. One thing that Weather Service officials were really worried about was that with it being Memorial Day weekend, camping would be a thing, and they want to make sure campers that might be camping are aware of the threat of severe weather and things like that. So they've been stressing that to be weather aware. But yeah, no, the strongest portion of this line right now, that is in southern Missouri into Arkansas, getting ready to move into Tennessee here, it's around Blytheville, Arkansas. And there's tornado warning on that, but that line is moving to the east at the moment, and it looks like it may be starting to try to spin toward the north and east, which would put it maybe, I would say, western Kentucky heading up that way. But it's obviously 7 in the morning almost, and it's a little early to be predicting that. We'll zoom back into Jefferson County. Just the amount of lightning in that cell there. Watch the lightning pop. Plenty of lightning. And the Jefferson County area up around Woodlawn and that area. Also, I'll move up the cell a little bit too. Centralia getting a nice shower as well this morning. Centralia, Central City, Junction City to the north there. In Fairfield right now, it's currently 71. Dew point 68. It is muggy out there. There is a wind out of the southeast at 6. No gusts currently. So as they say, it's kind of a calm before the storm. I think Derek Dunn said he might join us here in a little bit. If he does, we'll get him hooked in. I'll be watching that screen on my device here because Derek would be joining us remotely this morning. So we got a cell now up in Marion County, just to the southeast of Salem. It's kind of heading towards the I would say a little, an Iuka area. There's Iuka. Iuka and Omega might catch towards Louisville, just to the north and west of Louisville. And some development north of Fairfield, maybe a little shower up in Sisney area. Those are heading due north. Right now, a total of 8 warnings out from the National Weather Service. Just looking at the list. 3 tornado warnings. These are pretty much, I believe, all in Missouri. That's the case. Severe thunderstorm warnings are in, well, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Alexander and Pulaski counties. So this is western Pulaski County, Alexander County, western Fulton, Mississippi County, and Missouri until 7:45. At 6:59 a.m., severe thunderstorms were along a line extending from Dudley to Pidgeot, moving northeast at 80. That's speeding ticket speed. Sikeston, Dexter, Charleston, Scott City, several areas in that area. Includes mile markers 1 to 21 in both Illinois and Missouri on I-57. So all of I-57 in Missouri, the first 21 miles of I-57 in Illinois, and I-55 between mile markers 33 and 89. And it's got a tornado possible tag with it. So, and this is the storm that we're talking about here, I believe. This is the back end. And back around Dexter, it had a tornado warning tag on it. As these storms are heading to the north and east right now. I think it said north and east at 80. So let's see where, let me pull that back up and I'll read some detail. Dudley to Pidgeot. Let me find Dudley to Pidgeot. So I would say there we go. So there's Pidgeot. And these are starting to go northeast at 80. This is the Pidgeot line. Pidgeot portion of the line. And if they're moving northeast at 80, that's going to hit towards Paducah. Part of that. Now, I'm on the south end. And that puts it to Cadiz in about 96 minutes. So that's south central portions of western Kentucky. But let's go line that's going 80 that way. That could affect southern portions of those that may be watching us. Down around Crab Orchard, Stonefort in about an hour. Saline in an hour and 3. Golconda an hour 4. Curie Mills hour 6. So Southern Illinois will be feeling this is the warning in effect. We're getting some thunder outside here right now. Of course, no warnings up in this area, but we're also watching what's developing out in Cape Girardeau, moving towards the north and east. I don't think these are moving 80 exactly, but back behind, supposedly moving at 80, and that's pretty fast. There's some intensifying there, heading into Pulaski County, or Alexander County. Excuse me. That could catch Hamilton County, a portion of Wayne, up towards White, Edwards, Wabash, that area. So definitely keeping a track on this down around Cape Girardeau right now. Look and see what. So down around Poplar Bluff, Missouri, multiple places along US 67 there. There's high water in places that there's normally. And we're also getting reports of a direct tornado hit from the spotter group in Harvale. I believe that's in Missouri. I'll look exactly. So there we go. They're saying a direct hit there, and that was just to the west of Dexter. So that's out of the spotter group, and that was posted to the Paducah spotter group a while back, and that's the storm that's headed towards Paducah and that area. Metropolis, potentially. Could get that one. So lots of lightning associated with that as well. And that's out of the Paducah radar. Right there. We've got some intensification of moisture in Franklin County right now as well. So we're starting to see some development in southern Illinois. Again, this is not the main event. Just to be prepared, there are a potential of 3 events today. Preliminarily, we have our round 1. This is remnants of last night that hit. This is what the moderate risk of severe weather was back in Kansas, Oklahoma, portions of Missouri, portions of North Texas. And that's here first. Then we've got a potential second round between noon and 6, and a third round between 5 p.m. and 2 a.m. for our area. So this might be the 18-hour day on Wayne County now that might be a long day. As we'll be with you until this stuff passes here, as we're watching it to the west. Nothing on our warning system right now, but we are definitely keeping a watch on things. And the only reason we're on right now is we've noticed that the storms were moving to our area. No warnings, but you never know. Sometimes, and we've watched the intensification also on these storms, and now it looks like some splitting of cells up in Jefferson, Marion, and Clinton counties. But that's also going away from the Paducah radar site. So that might be... I'm going to go to Evansville for a second and see what Evansville's showing for that. It's not showing... I mean, it's showing the splitting, but it's not showing anything else. Effingham, Jasper counties. No, not Jasper County. Effingham, Fayette County getting it, but Effingham in the line of this as well. Pretty strong storm up that way between Springfield and... As you can see, there's a little line developing from Springfield all the way down. Go back to Paducah. I'm actually going to switch over to St. Louis for a second. We're going to look at it from the back, and St. Louis would be the best radar for Marion County, that area. Some intense storms there. To get a good shot on the back end of the Jefferson County cell as well. So we have some thunder outside the studio here at Wayne County now. No warnings, just to be giving you that heads up. Just a reminder, if there are power outages above my head, that is the Wayne White power outage map. That information will pop straight on the screen. You won't have to update anything on your end. It automatically updates on our end. And then a reminder, we have a watch until 10 this morning. That information is down at the bottom of the screen. And currently 7:13 here at Wayne County now. Down to the south is the very strong part of this line currently. But it's starting to make a northeast turn, which mathematically, I wouldn't say that Evansville could not get this. So southwest Indiana, I'd be prepared in the next 3 to 4 hours with that line turning the way it's starting to turn and develop. So Evansville, Vanderburgh, Posey, Warwick, Gibson, Pike counties, Indiana, Knox County, up in Vincennes. You want to be paying attention right now. A little cell developing down around the river at the western portion of Vanderburgh County on the radar. By the way, 71 here at the airport here, all the way back. This is going to be around, I believe, it's in Farmington. That's what I was thinking. 63 back in Farmington, Missouri. 71 in Fairfield currently. 72 in Lawrence, or at Mount Carmel in Lawrenceville. 73 at Evansville. So a 10-degree Carbondale's at 73. So just between Farmington, Missouri and Carbondale, that's about a 60-mile stretch of land. 10-degree difference. So we're getting a nice thunder shower. And we're getting thunder, I believe that's basically what's to the north and west here. Unless there's lightning back in western Wayne County. So a reminder, if you hear thunder, there's lightning around. So we want to be proactive here just because if you look at the time of the day, it's 7:16 on a Sunday morning. And one thing, you're going to start having people get ready to go to church on Sunday morning, and might be it might be the time to pay attention and make sure you are safe. Whether you're going, doesn't matter which service you're going to in town, but be prepared. I believe Derek Dunn is preaching down at Mill Shoals this morning, so Double D will be giving the sermon there today. I didn't know that earlier. Still looking at the storms intensifying, a line developing from Taylorville down to just northeast of Salem. No warnings on that. That's heading towards Effingham and Louisville area. So we're not trying to forget anyone up in the north, but we're trying to keep a track on what's going on down to the south because that will be potentially what affects us. So we look down around Jackson County, some intense rain there. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for portions of Alexander Pulaski County for another 25 minutes. That has a tornado possible tag and considerable thunderstorm warning tag on it. As of 7:12 a.m., it was along a line extending from Bell City to Parma to Holcomb, moving east at 70. They've not trimmed any of that warning back. So we'll pull up. This is down at Essex, Missouri. I don't think that's measuring properly from what I was expecting with it being a tornado warning. Yeah, this is out of Advance, Missouri. And yeah. Now they've issued a new tornado warning. This is around Sikeston. So let's get the data on that. National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for south central Alexander, northern Mississippi County, southern Scott, north central Madrid until 7:45. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado over Morehouse or Sikeston, moving east at 70. It is radar indicated. That is headed towards Paducah, is what it looks like. So let me run a northeast track at 70. Just to give you an idea. It's about 4 minutes out of Sikeston, 22 minutes out of Wyatt, Cairo 23 minutes. That track runs about an hour, so it's about a 70-mile track. And that puts it getting into the Paducah area in about 50 minutes or so. 49. Just to give you an idea. Paducah's about 60 miles from there. There's a good heavy rainfall down south as well. That's torrential rain. Trying to see if we can get any information there. Yeah, I'm not trying to broadcast that. I'm trying to look back. Trying to look at the data. And that's going to be a better look. I think we were on Evansville radar. And I think anything, if they're seeing something with this storm around Sikeston. Let me back this up a few frames. I think if anything, this is very kind of weak. in the central part here, just to the northeast of Sikeston. I'm not seeing much on that, but there also may have been a history with that too. Let's look at correlation coefficient. There's a little bit of a signature back that way, and there's a little something north or to the northwest of Sikeston. So keep an eye on that. Again, that would be tracking just south of here, but we're keeping an eye on a little bit of everything right now here at Wayne County now. Let me go back to Evansville radar. I think for mainly our area this morning, it's going to be some heavy rainfall. You might be okay this morning. And they're starting to trim watch counties, it appears, to the west. I think Derek may be joining us here shortly. I'm waiting to see Derek pop on screen on my end. I'm watching theirs. So Derek will be joining us here momentarily. And Derek, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dustin. Can you hear me?
Let me pop my headphones on.
Oh.
Just to be able to hear you a little bit better. So, looking at it right now, looks like it's going north and south right now.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like a SEMO area like Sikeston, the Boot Hill, Missouri. That appears to be the strongest part. And then you got this line just to the northwest of us here, right between Taylorville and all the way to the western part of Clay County. But it looks like for Wayne County, you're kind of like in the middle of there. By the way, good morning to you all. I want to mention a couple of things real quick, Dustin, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
First of all, prayers and thoughts to those that were affected by the storms last night in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. I was watching those storms. I've seen pictures and videos of the destruction. And again, just want to say heartbreaking by the photos, heartbreaking by the videos. So again, I want to extend prayers and thoughts to those out west of us here.
Yes.
And then, second of all, today is the day. Was this something that we've been talking about for the past few days? And already we're seeing that morning round coming through. It's kind of broken up a little bit, but we just cannot be fooled as this day goes on, and that we will see here, that second round. We talked about that squall line coming in from the northwest. So we just cannot let our guard down today. If we were to see the sunset, we were to see the sun, be think, hey, sun's out, it's a great day. No, it's not, because that means, it's going to be still unstable. So,
New tornado warning for Alexander County in Illinois and Scott County until 7:45. It's radar indicated. Olive Branch Horseshoe Lake Conservation Area are the places around 7:35 it'll hit. Others include Lambert and Commerce. So, if you're looking for thrown rolls, I don't think that's the thrown rolls you had in mind.
not at all. Not at all. I'm more like the rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a new update on the severe thunderstorm or the tornado watch. It's got about 2.5 hours on it. It's until 10 a.m. So basically, I think they've trimmed some of the counties back out of this, back in Missouri. So every time they update it, it hits our system on our screen. And as you can see, if you're looking, this kind of encompassed area that's got a brown line, that's your enhanced risk area.
Mm-hmm.
Goes all the way from just to the west of Columbia, Missouri, down or back around Sedalia, Missouri, just to the east of Springfield, all the way over to Chillicothe, Ohio, Ashland, Kentucky. So that's about a 300-mile stretch.
Quite a bit of land.
That it is. Actually, I think it's more than 300, maybe closer to 400 miles.
That is, I was gonna say, yeah, it's quite a bit of a broad area. So, and we're seeing because of this line of storms that's moving through it. I think the strongest part, though, distance west of Paducah,
Yes.
as we get some tornado warnings, we see a lot more red with it. But
Yeah.
again, we just can't overlook this line by any means.
I've got some friends and family that are in the Clarksville, Tennessee area, Fort Campbell area, and some of this is heading towards Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you have anyone that's at Fort Campbell, you might want to give them a heads up that this is heading their way, and it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours out, as it was projected to hit there around 9 initially.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going to go back through the slides that were provided by the National Weather Service this morning. Let's take a look at those. Round 1 between 5 a.m. and 1 p.m., which should be out of our area, I would say, by 10:30, somewhere in there. Round
Yeah.
2 between noon and 6. Round 3 between 5 p.m. and 2 a.m. So timing could shift either way. And then a reminder, with enhanced risks, numerous severe thunderstorms possible, longer-lived severe storms, few intense squall lines possible, and multiple ways to get warnings. Seek shelter immediately when warnings are issued as well. Wind probability, we're in the hatched area for wind and hail.
Mm-hmm.
So, and tornado possibility, I think, moved up a little bit for portions of the area. Just to our south and west, that's a hatched area.
Yep.
So, and then don't forget flood watch in effect for the entire area as well through tomorrow morning at 7. So, very saturated ground right now.
Mm-hmm.
It can only take so much water before
Yeah.
there's just no place to go.
And also, let's also mention this too. When you had this saturated ground and you have a strong gust of wind coming through, then that means you could see some trees fall because
Yes,
of that.
that is very true. Make sure you're charging your devices. I would say right now, while you have a moment, I'm charging. You can't see it on my screen. Now you can. I'm charging my iPad. I've charged my phone. I'm charging the iPad so that way I have another way to get data other than my cell phone. By the way, if you have damaged photos, you can send them to us, 618-737-9996, and we'll pop them in to our slide system here, and we'll bring them to you that way. Or if you want to send them to us on Facebook, you can do that as well. We'll pop them in that way as well. Right now, the Weather Service has 9 alerts out nationwide. And looking at those, 4 of them are tornado warnings. So Missouri, Illinois. Then Tennessee. So It's all with this complex of storms. Severe thunderstorm warnings. There's still a few in Texas, like San Saba and Mills, Texas. Also Lampasas and Mills as well. Just the epicenter of the severe weather pretty much is in the Boot Hill, Missouri, or the well, you can call it the Boot Hill or the Toe Tap of Missouri, one of the two. I would say
Toe
the Toe.
Tappan, Missouri. I
That part you're
never heard of that
definitely
before.
that part of Missouri you're probably toe tapping.
Yes.
And yeah, I've never referred to it as that, but the more you think about it, yeah, you're probably toe tapping at some part of that area of Missouri. You might get a roll thrown at you if not. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking out of the Evansville radar currently to get the best look of what's down that way. Looking at Paducah. There's the 2 tornado warnings, both involving Alexander County. There's one that involves part of Pulaski County. And I'm going to go back to storm velocity. And that's down south, I think.
Hey, Dustin, while you're on it, go to the Evansville radar site and look in the area near Kell. I'm seeing a cluster of lightning and maybe some brief broad rotation. I just want to see what your thoughts are.
Okay, let me get switched to that radar site. Around Kill. It's broad. Keyword is broad.
Broad, yeah, broad. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't think we have anything there, but it's very broad. So that's
Yeah,
something to be looking out for because that's getting ready to enter extreme northwestern Wayne County and in towards Clay County.
yeah.
Let me go back to. And that's a pretty good cell there. South of Iuka, east of Kell, over in Marion County. These are heading north and east. We'll watch the progression of this. And plenty of lightning there.
Yeah, that's what I
You're
was thinking
getting
too.
you're getting a very early morning light show in that area.
So heads up to those folks on the 161 extension. Heads up to those folks in Iuka and Xenia and Flora. I would keep an eye on this.
Yeah. No warnings in that area. Just a heads up. No watch in Clay County, no watch in Marion County. As these
Yeah,
as that's a pretty good line. Getting ready to move into Effingham County. It's moving into Effingham County, and it's going to clip Effingham, I would say, in about the next 20 minutes. But
yeah.
that would be the Lincoln Weather Service office to issue that area of warnings.
Yeah, still a strong line nonetheless. So if you know some people up there in Effingham, maybe the morning church commute, just be aware of that line coming in.
I'm going to go back to Paducah to go back towards the storms down in Alexander County. If my mouse will work. There we go. Apparently I wasn't on it right. Technology. We've been on here in Wayne County now for about an hour and 10 minutes, and I don't know if you caught this morning. I was talking about the tornado forecast, and my phone, I'm not revealing what brand it is, but you'll figure it out when it's listening and all of a sudden says, there's no tornado in the forecast.
I'm just shaking my head, man. I'm just shaking my head.
I will tell you, I do like the optimism from the iPhone that I have. I guess I just name dropped what I have, but just the simple fact that I'm talking about the potential of severe weather, including tornadoes, and it's like there's no tornadoes in the forecast.
Wishful thinking on iPhone's part, maybe. I don't know.
I think so. I think Siri is very wishful on that, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would agree with her for once.
Yeah.
Because right now, that Paducah radar is picking up pretty good on that line going through Effingham for as far out as it is from that area. So we have some thunder
Yeah,
here in Lane County.
there have been times where we've seen National Weather Service offices coordinate with each other. Like if one office is down, the other
Yeah.
office in that region, well, can help pick up its slack. So,
So the day of the Mayfield, Kentucky tornado,
yes.
all that stuff was issued out of Springfield, Missouri. Paducah
Yeah.
was without power. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is to the south. National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Union County, Pulaski County, Southern Pope County, Johnson County, Alexander County, Massac County. This is Southern Illinois. South Central Williamson, Ballard County, Western Kentucky. Jeez. This list is a mile long. So if you're in
Well, we have a line.
yeah, but this is an extremely large warning. Tornado possible tag on it. So again, Union County, Pulaski County, Southern Pope, Johnson, Alexander, Massac, South Central Williamson in Illinois, then Ballard, McCracken, Fulton, Southwestern Livingston, Carlisle, Hickman, Graves, in Kentucky, Mississippi County and southeastern Missouri, southeastern New Madrid County and southeastern Missouri, and east central Cape Girardeau County in southeast Missouri until 8:30. Storms were extending from a line from near Cape Girardeau to near Cairo to near Big Oak, Tree State Park to near Tiptonville, moving northeast at 75. So that's why it's as large of a warning as it is. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and this is associated with that tornado warning down south in Alexander County.
And boy, this thing's like fast. 75 mile per hour to the northeast.
Speeding ticket speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that that speed will get you lit up. Definitely if you're on a 55-mile-an-hour route. Just going to the north and east. I'm going to pull the direction it's going. I think Gallatin County, portions of Saline might be in the area of this. But this puts about a 2-hour track on it. This gets over into southern Indiana, Jasper, Ferdinand area in 2 hours. Evansville, you are in the line of this path. And you're about an hour and a half out. Newburgh, an hour and a half. Boonville, an hour 40. So that's just... I'm going to take a picture off my phone of the screen in here because I've got some friends and family in that area. So if you've got friends and family in Evansville, Owensboro, that area, Henderson, prepare them. As that's kind of a track. Total population affected in that area, 493,000 plus people. But that's one large warning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have a thunderstorm, and we have a good cell in Wayne County, and that's pulling off Paducah. Let me go back to Evansville. That would be so up around, I'd say Reinard, Johnsonville, that area. You've got a nice cell, nice lightning getting ready to move through there. It's heading towards Flora.
Mm-hmm.
This is that cell that was in uh, just to the east of Kell, as it's starting to spread a little more. So Flora is in the line of that, and I'd say these are moving at a good rate of speed too. I'm going to say 70 on these. That puts it in Flora in about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
There is no warning on these up north. Just be prepared. But also, another thing to think about, 2 Weather Service offices. Actually, 3. Marion County, St. Louis. Clay County is Lincoln. Wayne County is Paducah. So you've got 3 Weather Service offices that get to make the call on this one, potentially. And by
By
the
the way,
way,
Dustin, while you're
go ahead.
I was going to say, when those storms down to the southwest of Paducah, when they moved through Dexter, Missouri earlier, got this report from the emergency manager down there. Multiple trees down, lines down, and a roof ripped off the home south of Dexter. So
Well,
this
and
line of storms has produced damaging wind.
one of the storm spotters had his house destroyed by a tornado this morning. That
Whoa.
was earlier in the chat. I think. You're in NWS chat as well right now?
I don't even have access to it.
Oh, okay. So I'm going straight from NWS chat here. This is from the spotter group. Direct tornado hit to a house in Fair Dealing in Harville area. Porches torn off, trees down, house damaged, water pouring in.
Whoa.
And that was on the spotter page.
Hmm.
And that storm has had a long history of producing tornadoes. That's what's triggered the warnings that are tornado warnings down south Alexander. And, well, I think we just had one of the tornado warnings drop.
Yeah.
So I think its rotations died a little bit, but there's still one on the board. 4 alerts from the Weather Service currently out there. One's this massive severe thunderstorm warning. Another's the tornado warning that is down here in Carlisle, Ballard, and Mississippi counties. That's in western Kentucky and southeast Missouri. New severe thunderstorm warning down to the south. Down, I believe this is out of the Weather Service office in Memphis for Dyer County, Gibson County. So that's around Dyersburg in that area. And then you got tornado warning back here. So 4 of the 5 alerts are in this area. I think the other one's back in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Just to look. Yep, there's the other one is in Texas. So this is another parting of the seas, if you will. Let me say it that way. Um, you've got stronger stuff to the north, stronger stuff to the south, and Wayne County's just hanging out. Do I think it's going to be this way all day today? I don't think so. What about you, Derek?
I don't think so either.
And I'm saying that because looking at this right now, this has been this way for a while, I feel like, weather wise. We've kind of split things a little bit. Now, Sisney will not agree with that statement, and I don't expect him to. That in Northern Wayne, I completely understand not agreeing with that. But one of the things that the Paducah Weather Service office said yesterday is this is a similar setup to April 2nd, where you had the early morning storms that morning that caused some damage, at least for the morning.
Seeing quite a bit of lightning down there in the Marion area due to a cell.
Yep. There's no warning on that cell, by the way. The severe thunderstorm warning that includes southern portions of Williamson County, it's about a mile of the county.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you a perspective on that. It's not a very wide swath at all. Like we're zoomed in on it. Right here is the boundary line of that warning. So it's barely. Like Anna's in this warning, Metropolis. Basically, a lot of the counties in southern Illinois are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and it's one warning.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it has something to do with the part of the line that's moving in right now, and these are moving north and east. I'm going to look at something. I've not pulled up Hail Core all morning. So
I was going to ask about that.
Yep, I've not looked at the Hail Core. It's not pulling anything currently on hail. Hail in the last hour, we have that is not, that's down south. A new severe thunderstorm warning that way. But it's not pulling hail on this, so pretty much I think anything. Let's look at rotation the last couple hours. You mentioned some rotation up around the Kale area earlier, some broad. There's some up that way. It's not anything to trigger. Now down here, this has pretty much been the track of the tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'd say right there was a tornado. There appears to be a debris signature that way. Just looking at that, that's just the last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Twenty-four-hour precipitation, by the way. So far, the wettest area in Missouri between Lebanon and really just north of Bolivar, Missouri. The heaviest of rain in that area in the last 24 hours. Now let's go to 72 hour. And I say that because we're under a flood watch. A lot of green on that radar. Up northeast of St. Louis, like up around just south of Springfield, around that area. Plenty of rain that way. So that's part of the reason their flood watch is issued. Just looking at all that information. Let me go back to a traditional radar here, single site. Paducah's going to have a good shot at the storm down south right now. Because it's just west of Paducah. There's a tornado warning just to the west of Paducah. So four warnings in general out countrywide right now. 3 of them in our region. 2 of those in our region, severe thunderstorm. 1 tornado warning. We haven't forgotten northern Wayne County where we have a cell. There's no warning on it, but plenty of lightning. Flora, you're about to get hit by it. This is between Johnsonville, Blue Point, and Sisney, the strongest of this cell. Also a nice cell around Round Prairie, Crisp, and Keensville.
Tell you what, could actually have, just looking off the velocity data, it could have maybe some straight line wind right between Flora, Johnsonville. So for those areas and along Highway 45, could maybe see some strong wind with that cell.
Let me pull up velocity data.
It's not so much like rotation as I mentioned earlier, but
that's still indicating some strong wind. And that would be near the county line, up around, I'd say, Reinard, that area.
Yeah, I'm going off the Evansville radar site and kind of seeing how it's kind of trying to extend maybe a little bit further to the south.
Yeah. Well, like Derek mentioned, we can look at high-res velocity, and we're looking at the wind, not necessarily rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking straight at the darker red there with wind.
So for those of you traveling between Sisney and Flora on Highway 45, and even for those of you on Highway 50, if you know someone may be traveling on Highway 50 between, let's say, Flora and Olney, you guys may experience some strong wind.
Well, and just to explain, I just switched out of Paducah's radar site, and part of the reason you are seeing the color change when I switch radars is green is towards radar, red is away from radar, wind-wise, just to be clear. And it's kind of pointing that area around Xenia and Kenner. Some heavy winds in that area. No real rotation. We have thunder here in Fairfield.
I just heard that rumble thunder.
Lots of lightning. Go back to... And it's not painting as much of a wet picture down in that area. But let's go back to the severe thunderstorm warning. It expires in a half hour. This was updated 18 minutes ago, so I expect an update. in the
Agreed.
next few minutes. With the amount of counties in this severe thunderstorm warning, it's going to take a minute. Also, with the severe weather coverage, those expecting news at 9 this morning, I'm going to tell you it's probably a good, safe bet we will not have news at 9 this morning. We will have a newscast at some point today because I do have an obligation to fulfill. But right now we are keeping a track of the weather. That's a little more important than a reminder things are closed tomorrow for Memorial Day. So I think right now our priority is the weather. And not that we haven't talked about that in the news at all. But as for a newscast, we will have one probably when we can get some time to do it. It'll probably be this afternoon before the final round. So I'm just giving you a heads up, it's going to be delayed. They've trimmed a little bit, I feel, in that tornado warning down south.
Mm-hmm. They just posted an update on that. Oh, they just trimmed it. Wow, yeah. Small area.
Yep. As of 8:02 a.m., severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was near La Center, moving northeast at 60. Mainly over rural areas, including Cavill in Ballard County. That's in Kentucky, so. But I feel this, is it just me, or I think I'm seeing a weakening trend with these storms down around Paducah.
I am too. And if you look at velocity data, I've noticed it seems like the wind, it's really, you kind of play it frame by frame. You kind of see how it's starting to be less and less, I feel like.
Part of it is we have cloud cover here.
Yeah.
And I've had cloud cover here most of the morning. So I think it's safe to say, even though we have a tornado watch till 10, we're not letting our guard down. And I'm saying that because we are expecting sunshine later today.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you. This is a day, cloudy day all day. Welcome. I'll take a cloudy day today.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And yes, there's only so much energy you can pull out of the atmosphere. But the worry is with the sunshine, you get new fuel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I don't necessarily want to use the gas station as the example here, but gas stations get refueled all the time. So your car can be refueled. It's the same philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
That a new supply will be in.
I want to give a brief update on that Cell and Clay and Wayne counties. We're starting to see that line of that wind move to the east of Sisney, west of Clay City, to the southwest of Sailor Springs, east of Flora. This line continues to move. No warning for it, but this line continues to move over to the east at a pretty good rate of speed. So Clay City, Noble, Mount Erie, even Alney, heads up for you guys.
And there's starting to be a slight bow with that.
It is, yep.
It is bowing, which is an indication of straight line wind. And I'm going to go to velocity data here. You can see the bow and the winds there. It's not severe levels, just to be
Mm-hmm.
clear. It's under
Right.
severe. The high res bow, yep, you still see it there too. High res storm velocity. We have multiple products that we can look at for wind. Not really much for correlation coefficient there to look at. As we're looking at, I mean, there's a little bit of wind, but it's not, there's no warning on it,
Right.
and it's a strong storm.
Yes. Yeah.
Just to be clear, and that was out of Paducah. Let me switch. Looks a little more. And a lot of lightning on the back side of that cell.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see, that's just. I'm not going to count the lightning strikes. That's a lot of lightning.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. And again, no warning for this cell, as Dustin mentioned, but still, though, a lot of lightning, some strong wind, and for those of you traveling, Clay City, Noble, Sailor Springs, Mount Airy on the 161, even the Clay City Dietrich Blacktop Road, you guys are got a storm coming in with again some strong wind, some lightning, and even some heavy rain with it too. So just heads up for those of you traveling out and about this morning.
While we have a time to remind you, a flood watch remains in effect through 7 a.m. on Monday. Our threats today, there you go, wind, hail, tornado, all three are in play. And it's an enhanced risk of severe weather, which means some longer-lived severe storms, a few intense storms possible. And just looking at the map, this is what was released at 3:45 this morning. Potential of 3 rounds. So this is a day that you'll want to ring the bell. And they've kind of just now reduced like Jefferson City, parts of Illinois down to a marginal risk, slight risk in a very small area, but we're under the enhanced risk. So they've just updated this
Hmm.
on the risk level. And they've taken a good chunk of the enhanced in. So just looking at that, let's see what's new. Graves, Carlisle, Hickman County, Kentucky tornado warning just was issued. Let me pull the data on that. It's until 8:45. So that's just to the northeast of Mayfield, and the Mayfield people, I don't think they want to see a tornado anytime soon.
No. No. No.
As that is mainly in Kentucky. We're definitely. I don't think we're going to let our guard down, but tornado watch continues until 10. Clay County, that cell, and I think that cell is starting to maybe dissipate a little bit. That might have been Paducah radar. That cell is dying a little bit up in northern Wayne, southern Clay. But it extends from Louisville all the way down to about Sisney. Plenty of lightning in that area right there. Just look at all those lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes. That's a lot of lightning. And we got a nice thunder shower here in Fairfield right now. 71 currently at the airport in Fairfield. Down around Franklin, Saline, northeastern Williamson, nice cell development down that way. This is kind of starting to head northeast as well. And this would, there's no warning on that, but this still moving at a good clip. I would say close to 70 on this, and this could hit here. Let's watch the track. I think that's a pretty good track on that one. No warning on it, but Fairfield about a half hour out from that cell. And that puts it getting here around 8:45. Boylston in a half hour, Barnhill half hour, Sims in a half hour. Jeff in 36 minutes, Golden Gate 37 minutes, Tom's Prairie 38. Sisney in about 40 minutes, Reinard 42 minutes, Mount Erie 44. Just an idea.
By the way, I want to thank those tuning in to our coverage here at Wayne County Now, Beverly and Kevin. We appreciate you guys telling us how much you appreciate the coverage. And by the way, if you haven't done so already, tell people about it. Like, share, subscribe to Wayne County Now on Facebook for live stream coverage of weather events.
Yeah, right now, and this is just a heads up. I just posted that time. I just posted this. I took a picture of my screen a second ago and posted it onto our Facebook page. So if you want to share that track, you can. And I'm getting ready to look at some of the comments we have. Rhonda, I think we're with you. We hope they fizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hope.
We're okay with them fizzling on us.
Yes.
This is not the 4th of July fireworks. I don't want to buy a fuse that's a dud for fireworks. I'll buy a dud for thunderstorm warnings.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to buy that dud.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that's a track for, say, about 31
a new tornado
minutes.
warning.
Just south, and that involves just south of Williamson County. So let me pull that up on the screen. There you go. It's for northeastern Pulaski, northwestern Massac, and southern Johnson until 9. I'll let you go ahead and read the data off of it.
Sure, I'll be glad to. I have it on my end as well. So, National Weather Service at Paducah has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Pulaski County, northwestern Massac County, and southern Johnson County until 9 a.m. At 8:12, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located near Karnak, or 14 miles north of La Center, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is a radar indicated threat. This dangerous storm will be near Karnak at 8:15, Vienna around 8:20, and New Columbia around 8:25. So the impact for this flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Other locations impacted by this tornadic storm include New Grand Chain and Belknap. Now, this also includes I-24, Interstate 24 in Illinois between mile markers 15 and 26. You also look at, as well as some other routes that could be affected, as well as I zoom in a little bit here. You got Highway 37. That's a well-traveled route.
Yes, it is.
Highway 45. Highway 45. So,
Yep. So that's US 45 going towards Paducah.
also Route 146 cuts through Vienna east and west way. So,
And we'll move here towards that warning, and that's in that large severe thunderstorm warning. And that area that storm has had a very large history of producing tornadoes. That goes back into Missouri and that area.
just one of those cells that doesn't want to die.
No. As right now, it is currently 8:17 in Wayne County now. Severe weather coverage this morning. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. Let's see if we can get an update on this warning. Latest update 15 minutes ago, but it's old now. But it was moving 75 miles an hour north and east. Paducah, Mayfield, Metropolis, Anna, Fulton, Hickman, Jonesboro, Vienna, Clinton, LaCenter, Bardwell, Wickliffe, Lone Oak, Reedland, Cobden, Goreville, Brookport, Mounds, Dongola, and Barlow impacted in that warning. Interstates 24, 57, and 69 all have impacts in that. I-24 between the Kentucky state line and mile 16. Illinois 24 or I-24 between mile markers 1 and 38. So all of I-24 in Illinois. I-57
Whoa!
between. Yes. You just saw something.
New warning for Mayfield. Damaging tornado per radar.
Uh-oh. I think we just said, I think I just said, and that's an observed. I remember December 10th, 2022 quite well. It might have been 21.
I do too.
And that was a big damage day there. This is observed, so radar confirmed as well. So 8:25 a.m. near Mayfield. So if you're in, I don't know if we have anyone watching us here in Mayfield, Kentucky, but 6 minutes. Kirksey, Brewers, and Wingo also in the line of this storm. I-69 in Kentucky between mile markers 13 and 40. A repeat, tornado on the ground. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building and avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So starting to watch that cell go through Hamilton County right now. There's no warning on it. Franklin County, Hamilton County. So it's traveling up.
By the way, Dustin, I'm seeing, going back to the Mayfield storm real quick, I'm seeing a new correlation coefficient signature to the west of Mayfield. So,
I'll pull that up here in a second. New severe
Go ahead.
thunderstorm
Go ahead.
warning for eastern Massac, southern Pope in Illinois, then a lot of counties in Kentucky. So let's start off the list. Callaway, Crittenton, Livingston, Caldwell, Marshall, Trigg, southeastern McCracken, Graves, and Lyon County until 9 a.m. Central. Tornado possible tag, considerable damage threat tag on here. As of 8:19 a.m., severe thunderstorms are along a line extending from 8 miles southwest of Golconda to near Reedland to near Latham, moving east at 70. This includes I-24 in Kentucky between mile markers 10 and 69. I-69 in Kentucky between mile markers 12 and 90. And remain alert for a possible tornado. We do know that there's an observed tornado in the Mayfield area, and that's down around here just to the north of Murray, Kentucky. Murray State University. Now, I don't think they're in school this time of year, but that's that way. You were getting ready to say something. My apologies.
I would say I see a correlation coefficient signature for that Mayfield storm.
Okay, high-res correlation coefficient. Let's cut over to it. Yep. I think I see what you're seeing. A lot of stuff in that area. Let me switch to a different view of it.
Maybe better if you have it on the Paducah radar site.
Very true, and I don't right now. I'm in Evansville, so there is a slight difference. Definitely something very blurred. That blurring does signify something, and then up north of Mayfield also. Very much something there. High-res correlation coefficient. Picking up something south of Mayfield on that. But this is what I'm going to go. I'm going to go to, let me go to storm. This is an observed tornado. If anything, it's 8:23 right now. Let me see what.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing you are, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe something south also. Are you seeing down to the south, or are you seeing something else?
Oh, I'm seeing the rotation of Mayfield, and it looks like that correlation coefficient is fizzled out a little bit, but at the same time, you just can't overlook it by any means. But I am seeing right about to the west of Murray, between Linville, Bell City, west of Lynn Grove, seeing that pocket as well. Um,
Very dark, very bright red, very bright green. And that's.
yeah.
Let me get my artistry tool, if you will. And they're touching each other. That's never a good sign.
No.
So I would say if there's anything, it's in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And just a friendly reminder, if you're trying to learn drawing skills, I'm not the person to learn drawing skills from.
Dustin Fuller's the Pablo Picasso of our generation.
Oh, no. I am not Picasso. I'm just trying to illustrate it a little bit. Oh, but that appeared to be south of Mayfield.
Yeah.
As we're getting some good claps of thunder here in Fairfield. I'm going to move back up. See if there's anything on this tornado warning down Tornado warning remains in effect until 9 a.m. Central for northeastern Pulaski, northwestern Massac, and southern Johnson at 8:12. This is not a new update. Karnak, 14 miles north of La Center, moving northeast at 45. So this is moving a little slower than some of the other ones. Tornado watch remains in effect for another hour and 34 minutes. But yeah, let's zoom out for a second. This is potentially round 2. Somerville Mountain View moving east at 40. That's in Missouri, so yeah, no, we've got a good thunder shower here. And some of that cell is dying down in Hamilton County right now a little bit. But we got a good cell going here in Wayne County, heading into Edwards County as well.
Yeah, we're actually seeing again Fairfield Golden Gate. You guys are getting a little storm right now. Looks like a lot of the lightning concentrated is right about the Noble area up there along Highway 50. You also have the Noble Wynoosa Mount Erie Country Road. So you guys are getting a pretty good lightning show up that way. You look over here as we kind of go around the map a little bit. I know Dustin went to take a little bit of a breather. McLeansboro, Broughton, you guys on the 142, guys getting a thunderstorm moving through. No warnings on these as these continue to keep moving to the east. As we continue to look down south, so far, really the action has been over in western Kentucky, deep southern Illinois, western Tennessee. Got a couple of tornado warnings. They just updated the Mayfield tornado warning. This one's radar indicated this time as it was observed. So again, that tornado warning remains in effect until 8:45 for northwestern Callaway, southwestern Marshall, east central Graves counties in Kentucky. Still moving east at 50, but it is radar indicated threat.
New severe thunderstorm warning just came down for Hardin County, northwestern Massac, Pope, eastern Johnson, southern Illinois for that one. Also southeastern Williamson, southern Saline, southwestern Gallatin, northwestern Crittenden County in western Kentucky, north central Livingston County in western Kentucky, and southwestern Union County until 9:15. At 8:27 a.m. Central Time, severe thunderstorm was located near Vienna, moving to the northeast at 55, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The hazard, also tornado possible tag on this. Locations in this warning include Harrisburg, Vienna, Shawneetown, Rosiclare, Ridgeway, Golconda, Equality, Cereal Springs, Dixon Springs, Carrier Mills, New Columbia, Lake of Egypt area, Cave and Rock, Elizabethtown, Stone Fort, New Burnside, Old Shawneetown, Junction, Eddyville, and Simpson. This is not in there, but this should be if you're at Garden of the Gods. And this is one of the camping areas. Garden of the Gods is under this as well. This includes I-24 between mile markers 9 and 29. And I'm hearing my warning thing go off, but I don't know what for. It's not in our area. So now we have warnings in what we consider within the 2-county radius. So it's to the south, but it's in the 2-county radius. And it's pretty much this cell right here that triggered the tornado warning they're really keeping an eye on.
Mm-hmm. Also, some other highways I'd like to mention. Routes 146, Route 1. Also, you got Highway 13. That's a heavily traveled highway.
New tornado warning.
40, okay.
Northeastern Massac, Central Pope until 8:45. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is near New Columbia or 7 miles north of Metropolis, moving east at 25. Hazard includes tornado. Storm will be mainly over rural areas of northeastern Massac and central Pope counties. It includes I-24 in Illinois between mile markers 27 and 32.
You also may know some people who may be down on the river this weekend for, like a weekend getaway. I know some people that actually have some homes down there. So may want to give them a heads up if you know someone in that area.
Well, and just a heads up, they're saying the enhanced risk. So I'm going to pull back for a second. If you notice, the enhanced risk line is trimming. They keep trimming it. Wayne County is barely in this. Jefferson barely in it. Portions of Marion. So I don't know if they're not seeing anything for later or what's going on, why the risk is being trimmed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless they are seeing that there won't be energy for later, and by that, I think we would all be okay with that.
Agreed. Still can't let our guard down though.
No, we're not. I'm not letting it down, but I'm noticing that. Let me get into NWS chat and see what they are seeing. So if you're in Case, Kentucky, apparently AT&T cell towers are down in that area. And that's a worry because that also might be FirstNet, which is for first responders in Case, Kentucky. Fulton County, Kentucky reports a 67.3 mile an hour wind gusts. Trees down in power lines down in the Paducah area. Major damage reports out of Sikeston. Trees down in that area. The equipment shed for the city of Dexter, Missouri has collapsed. Wow. Lots of damage photos from Sikeston, that area. Looks like a Taco John's has sustained some major damage over there. Power lines down. I'm going to move this to the air side, and I'm going to look on getting this. And there is a new mesoscale discussion being discussed, but it's not really going to affect our area. Reminder, Tornado Watch continues until, and they've added counties to the Tornado Watch. So Western Kentucky now in that Tornado Watch until 10 o'clock, I believe. Unless they've extended that. I've not seen anything.
It expires an hour and 25 minutes, so...
Yeah, no, they've not.
That'll be till 10, yeah.
Yep, they've not done anything new on that other than just put out the Tornado Watch. It's going to take me just a moment to get the photos that were in NWS chat to the computer here. Because I'm pulling them off my phone. So...
By the way, Dustin, I'm going to have to jet on out here in a few minutes. But I like to do just on I was going to mention to the folks here locally here in Wayne County, again, the heaviest of the storm activity concentrated about the Mount Erie, Bone Gap, west of West Salem area, north of Albion. Alney getting a pretty good storm right now, along with Noble getting some lightning up there. Meanwhile, down to the south, North City getting stormed upon right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for the southern half of Saline into Gallatin counties. Again, that expires at about, it goes in effect until 9:15. That severe thunderstorm warning does for a slew of counties. Again, the southern part of Saline County, southwestern Gallatin County. Again, 827. Severe storms are located near Vienna, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. This is a radar indicated threat, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Lots of locations in the path of this line: Harrisburg, Shawneetown. You also have Ridgeway, Equality, Carrier Mills, Lake of Egypt area. You also have even Stonefort, New Burnside, Old Shawneetown Junction, where Gallatin County High School is at. And again, this also covers, and I'm just kind of focusing here on the, for southern Saline and Gallatin counties. This also includes highways 13, 1, 45. So, again, that area right there, underneath the severe thunderstorm warning until 9:15. Can't forget about folks down there, Elizabethtown, Eddyville, Cave in Rock, Golconda. Do have a tornadic warned storm. That'll be expiring in about 8 minutes, by the way, until 8:45. So we're just a few minutes away from that tornado warning being expired. That one was actually due to radar indicated rotation. Could still drop down a brief tornado. Can't rule that out, that possibility. This one was located near New Columbia, 7 miles north of Metropolis, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Again, I've been traveling over northeastern Massac and central Pup counties, but I do know some people who have homes on the river, especially in the Golconda area, even also going south of there. So if you know someone who may have a river home in that area, may want to give them a shout, tell them about that storm that's coming in.
This is a damaged photo. You can't see much, but that's
Whoa.
the Taco John's I was talking about. That's in Sykeston.
Wow.
So that came through on NWS chat a little while ago. For some reason, the utility pole has not come through yet, and I don't know why, but let me see. Technology when it works, right?
Yeah. Hey, Justin, I'm going to hop off here if you don't mind. I want to say thanks for letting me join you here on Wayne County Now, and encourage people to stay safe and keep it on Wayne County Now for future updates, warnings, information.
And right now, that being said, thanks, Derek, for joining us, and hopefully you have a good morning, and we'll probably talk later today.
Gotcha, Tiff4. Thank you again.
That was Derek Dunn, and he was updating from his side of things. Right now, we continue tornado watch in the area till 10 o'clock this morning. Down to the south is where all the action is, down around Gallatin, Saline. We haven't talked much about this warning down here with a tornado possible tag. Latest update from the Weather Service was at 8:28 a.m. The storm was near Vienna, moving northeast at 55. Let's put a track as that has kind of moved over a little ways down the central portion of that box. So main portion of this warning puts it going into Evansville area within about an hour. Might be just south of Evansville. Henderson, Robards within an hour and 3 minutes or so. West Franklin's in the line of this. I think in Kentucky. Uh, Corydon, Kentucky on this. So a lot of Kentucky. But Cadiz, Illinois. Most of that population center is Vanderburgh County, Henderson County. And that's reading out the St. Louis radar. So let me go to Evansville. There, yeah, that's a much different picture. Also, a good cell in White County right now that's popping up. No warning on it, but it's between Enfield, Norris City, on the 45 area, Springerton, as we'll watch it temporarily. No warning on this, but it's heading northeast, so it's going to go between Enfield and Carmi. I would say Albion's in the line for that cell. We have a good thunder shower here in Fairfield right now. No warning currently in Fairfield, but since we do have a warning within 2 counties of our viewing, or of our area, granted it's south, we're still going to stay here. Let's see if there's any other information from Paducah that we can pass on. So the Weather Service, as we mentioned, trimming or moving around the risk areas. Storm Prediction Center is, but I will tell you, St. Louis is not letting their guard down. But they have, well, the Weather Service has trimmed the enhanced risk area as well. And according to it, Wayne County is still going to be in the enhanced, but Jefferson County, northwestern Jefferson County is not. But Jefferson County, for the most part, is. Portions of Marion County are in it. Portions of, they've trimmed about maybe the northwest corner of that. And actually, around the St. Louis area, it's down to a marginal risk of severe weather. So they're painting more of a bullseye for our area, in a sense, for the second round and third round, potentially. As we continue to keep an eye on the severe thunderstorm warning that's south. Latest update, 8:41 a.m., severe thunderstorm 8 miles northeast of Dixon Springs, or 17 miles south of Harrisburg, moving east at 60. So that's north of Golconda. Lots of cells there. So Gallatin, Saline counties we're keeping an eye on. Nice cell still developing between Infield and Carmi. It's going to go through there. It's going to clip Albion. Up at Olney, northern Richland County getting a good cell. About to go into Jasper and Crawford. So those that are up, say, Oblong, western Crawford County, this is headed your way. No warning on it, by the way. No watch in your area either. Good news is the outage map above my head is not lit up at all. West Salem getting a good shower just north of you. As right now, we're watching storms in our area. Just to our south, Gallatin, Saline counties. You guys are under the warnings there. For another 28 minutes for Hardin, Pope, Saline, Gallatin counties. Also, a reminder, remain alert for possible tornado in that area. I'm gonna switch to Paducah radar, but it may not be as clean of a shot. It's gonna have the line heading towards Hopkinsville. There's tornado warnings down that way. This is something I'm seeing down south heading towards Clarksville. Looks to be a bowing of the line there. That would be straight line winds in that area. But there's tornado warnings to the north. So around Hopkinsville, you're just to the east of that. So the Hopkinsville area, also Pembroke, that area. Morton's Gap will be in the line of that, I do believe. Crofton. So that's getting ready to get into the area of the Western Kentucky Parkway. We could see a potential another warning. I don't see that severe thunderstorm warning holding up though at the end for Gallatin and Saline counties. And what we will do is if that warning drops off the board and there's nothing, we will end our stream. But I will also, we're going to be paying attention to the weather. I think what we'll do is we're going to have a weird time for our news this afternoon. Our newscast today will probably be around 2 o'clock, just to give you a heads up. If we have severe weather, we'll delay it again. We will have a newscast at some point today. Right now, as it's coming up on 9 o'clock, I've not had a chance to prepare the newscast, so it's going to be delayed. So we'll bring you news at some point today. I will put it on our Facebook when we will do it, and we'll do it live on Facebook and YouTube. We'll archive it and put it on our social media as well when we get a moment onto the podcasting platforms. I'm going to look at the chat here for a second. Alexis Black, I'm going to respond to you. The best risk of severe weather for our area is later this evening. And let me put this graphic. This graphic is now dated, but a lot of the information is the same. Just the enhanced risk has died a little bit to the west and the north. New severe thunderstorm warning just going out, and we expected there would be potentially one here. Let me read that data for you. Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Henderson County, Caldwell County, Trigg County, Hopkins County, southeastern Lyon, Davis County, Muhlenberg, northeastern Crittenton, Christian County, McLean County, Todd County, south central Union County, Webster County, all in Kentucky until 9:30 a.m. Best news for us is that does not include anything in our area. But that also is going to get it through the Paducah Weather Service office area for that area. So that should mean they could start trimming out tornado watch counties. And by the way, it's not the city of Henderson under a warning. It's extreme southern Henderson County, extreme southeastern. See if there's a new update from the warning. Latest update from the warning involving Gallatin, Saline, Hardin, and Pope. At 8:41 Central Time, severe thunderstorm was 8 miles northeast of Dixon Springs, 17 miles south of Harrisburg, moving east at 60. And that's the latest from that. And by the way, the warning is for another 22 minutes. It goes until 9:15, I believe. Yep, 9:15. So if there's no new warning in our area at 9:15, we're going to sign off of the stream for now. St. Louis Weather Service, I can tell you, is saying that they're keeping an eye out for later in the day. We're keeping an eye out. Paducah's keeping an eye out. The Weather Service office at Lincoln's keeping an eye out. What I could tell you is city of St. Louis has been trimmed from the thunderstorm risk. So that may be a good sign. But this was posted at 3:44 this morning. I imagine they might change some of this data later. Thunderstorms will move through the area, and they're doing that now. They'll be through here by 10 or so, at least through our main area. Another line possible, scattered storms between noon and 6, and another line between 5 p.m. and 2 a.m. Timing can shift either way, so we're keeping an eye on things right now here. As we're coming up on 8:55 here at Wayne County now. By the way, counties under the tornado watch: Edwards, Franklin, Gallatin, Hamilton, Jefferson, Perry, Saline, Wabash, Wayne, and White until 10 a.m. And the hazards for today, let me get into that screen. There you go. Wind threat, quarter size hail and larger, hatched areas for both in our area. Also, risk of isolated tornadoes is higher as well. As we go back to radar, continue to look at this cell that's now moved into that's in Richland County. No warning on it. It's over top of Calhoun right now, heading towards Claremont, Sumner, to make its way towards Palestine, Illinois. And that would be moving out of our area. Those bearing with us on Wayne County now, we say thank you. As we are continuing to monitor this, but I think this morning the Wayne County area is going to be fine. And it depends also. If we don't get any sunshine, this is a day you want a cloudy day. Because if we don't get any sunshine, they'll be trimming that enhanced risk even more. So I'm going to back it up, though, for a second. Because right now, I don't think they're getting any sunshine. Since there's rain to the west of here, I'm going to stand right now. And I'm going to stand because I've been sitting way too long in my chair here. As we look on the radar, basically, you might have a bit of a break around St. Louis and a bit of a break around here. Let me go to satellite view. Cloud cover. Plenty of cloud cover. And that's going to help keep that risk down for later. Let me put the satellite in motion, see if it's really moved at all. So we can see a lot of satellite view there, a lot of cloud cover. New severe thunderstorm warning down to the south. I don't think we're worried about that right now. Let's go back to your traditional radar view. We do have one warning on the board. It's down Gallatin, Saline, Pope counties, Hardin County. It goes until 9:15. It is coming up 9 o'clock now, Wayne County now. I'm Dustin Fuller with you. And I think this warning might get trimmed here shortly a little bit. Because I think the worst of it is over halfway through the area. Not seeing anything north right now. As we continue to look on radar. I think we're seeing a weakening trend down Gallatin and Saline counties. I think we've got, let's see, what do we have? A new tornado watch, but that's in Tennessee pretty much. So that's out of our area. And that tornado watch is in effect for the next 6 hours. So that goes until 3 in the afternoon Central Time, 4 Eastern Time. Pretty much northern Tennessee is under that watch. And now, new tornado watch eastern Tennessee and also into eastern Kentucky. All going until 3 o'clock. So multiple tornado watches just being issued. As we zoom it out. Got another 13 minutes on this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see if there's new data. Nothing new there. Does have a tornado possible tag on it. I'm getting ready to check and see what the National Weather Service office at Paducah is putting in. And another new tornado watch for pretty much the Louisville Metroplex into DuBois County, Indiana. So I just got this from the Weather Service, and I'm going to load it into the system here momentarily. Okay, we have a new tornado watch in effect, or new updates to the tornado watch. Vanderburgh, Posey, Warwick counties now in this tornado watch, as well as Spencer and Perry counties in Indiana. So the very southern tip of Indiana now under the tornado watch until, it says until 10. So this could go later. Let me pull my monitor back down. A new severe thunderstorm warning involves portions of Clarksville, so Montgomery County, as well as also Stewart County, Houston County, Cheatham County, and Robertson County until 10. There's basically a line. They've canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Gallatin, Saline, harden in that area. So since they've canceled that out, everything's to the south for now. Let me go over the situation we have. Upload the file here. May take a moment for it to show up over here. This is the new outlook from the Weather Service. So basically, the green is slight or is marginal. Yellow is slight. The slight is very slight area. And then orange is enhanced. We remain under enhanced for southeastern Illinois. But St. Louis is now under what's called a marginal risk of severe weather, so not a big risk in that area. Again, these are the hazards. This was earlier, and I imagine they'll have a new packet for us later on. This was another damage photo we got in the NWS chat earlier. That was down in the southeast Missouri area earlier, but as we continue to look, we do have some outages on the Wayne White map right now. So let me pull up my screen. And one outage out in Jasper Township, Harold's Prairie, 17 out currently. Very minor stuff here. But the Harold's Prairie is down in White County. And I imagine part of that has to deal with that cell that moved through that area. So some outages, and that outage map on the screen is from Wayne White here in Fairfield and over in Carmi. So, but once again, we're keeping a track. No warnings in our area. We'll go back to radar here. A lot of this moving out of our area right now. Tornado watch has been trimmed for some counties. And it just got trimmed a moment ago, so basically the western counties have been trimmed from the watch. But the rest of these counties will go off of it here momentarily, probably, as I think for now we're in the clear, but there will be more later on today. So we're going to step away here on Wayne County now. It's 9:09 in the morning. We'll have showers and thunderstorms through the day. Some discrete severe weather cells may come through. If anything does pop in our area, we'll be back on. The major timing for us is between 5 p.m. and 2 a.m. for tonight. And we'll have more on our website later on today, as we're going to sign off of our coverage here on Wayne County now. Thank you for joining us, and we'll probably see you later today.